Hello, everyone, and welcome to Holocron Transmissions. I'm your host, Nick, along with Omadaun. Want to say hi?
Hello there.
Today, we reviewed the brand new episode for the new episode for Star Wars Rebels Season 3, and this episode is called Double Agent Droid. So I'm going to let Omadaun start off with it first. Omadaun, what do you think about this episode?
Well, when it came to this episode, I thought it was a nice touch to go to the droids having a mission, and after coming off a few episodes of heavy Thrawn, you definitely still feel Thrawn, even though you don't see him in this episode. The Imperial intelligence scanners and characters. I don't know what the ship would be called, but it was really nice to feel. It's like Thrawn already mentions, like, it's an astromech droid. Keep a lookout for an older type, and it's like there's something to be said that they're closing in on them. You still feel that closing in, no matter how hard they're trying. Everything is closing in on them.
Oh yeah, I would agree there. So for me, I really actually like that episode because we get to see a droid standalone mission, and it's just basically along with Chopper and AP5, and those two make great company as well.
Indeed, they do. The
And it's
banter is just great.
I know it's just really funny at the start how we get to see them arguing who should be the leader, and also yes I can, no you can't, yes I can kind of thing with Chopper and also AP5.
For those of you who know that old song, it was a great joke to see that.
Oh yeah, so at the start of the episode we get to see Wedge and also Chopper 85 go on a mission to the Imperial base to get the codes for the fall. Now, the reason why they're getting the codes for the fall is so they can actually free the people from the Empire being enslaved there.
The codes are basically to enter the Thal airspace undetected.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's going to go the way they planned.
Nah, nothing ever goes as planned, especially when Thrawn is watching out for you.
Mm-hmm. Because Thrawn is always one step ahead. He has never been let down by any of his Imperial officers, and he knows that what he's doing is right. He's one to get the Emperor's rank, basically, of the Imperial Academy.
Whether it's Legends or canon Thrawn, one thing I've always loved about Thrawn is he's not a Force wielder, but he's a tactician that's on par, if not better, than the Emperor himself.
And he knows his military tactics as well.
Yeah, otherwise he wouldn't be a Grand Admiral.
Exactly. So after that, they managed to pass the security checks because, every Empire droid has to get security checks to see if they're Empire or not. So Chopper just managed to get past the security checks, and AP5 was like, oh, I thought you wouldn't make it. That sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Just follow my lead. How hard was that?
So once we're in the Imperial base, we get to see that Chopper 85 should arguing about which they were going, and what should we do first? Should we get the codes or just get them from the terminal? So it's kind of like that episode 4 or 5 what we had with C-3PO and R2, which way they should go. Should they go to the left or should they go to the right, basically?
Indeed. And of course, we get that wonderful interaction with another droid model of AP. And just him having to deal with the fact that it's like, I can't believe I'm related to that drone. It's just AP's incessant bitching is always what makes him hilarious.
So they managed to get the codes and they go back into the Imperial shuttle. And what's really nice about this episode, we get to see more of indoor plumbing in Star Wars Rebels, and that's not that much we actually see in the movies at all.
Yeah, you really don't see much of the refreshers in Star Wars movies or shows, and it's nice that you actually got to see what one of their refreshers look like.
So once back on the Ghost, we get to see Chopper goes up to the bridge, try and get the codes for the Rebel space, but the Imperials were unsuccessful. And what's funny about this that they use AP5 for this mission, how they let them go into space and deal with the hyperdrive shutting it down so that they don't get the codes for the Rebel base.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just funny though how we get to see Chopper attacking AP5.
Oh yeah.
So afterwards, Chopper actually managed to shut down like all the stuff, etc. And Chopper managed to breaks free of the spell.
Oh, let's just make a mention of this guy. The, who besides me thought of from Legends canon of that Jareth guy? I believe he was one of the Emperor's Hand in Legends canon. He was a force wielder and he had that visor across his eyes. It just made me think of it seeing the intelligence guys here.
So after that, Hera says, "Don't mess with my droid again," because Hera and Chopper had a big bond of relationship because Hera saved Chopper in the Clone Wars from getting blown up, which was always nice to see. And she was really mad that he had Chopper, so that she just went in a rage mode. And at the end, Seb and Ezra are even happy to get Chopper back.
Yeah, definitely, and I do love the fact that it's just like finally AP is getting some sort of being taken a little more seriously than being just shoved off, because it's like he knows shit that's going on, and they don't listen to him as much as they should.
So that was basically the whole episode of Star Wars Rebels Season 3 Double Agent Droid. It was a really good episode. For the rating for this episode, I would give it's a 4 out of 10. It was really well written. Brent Fredman done an excellent job on doing this episode, and I always love the Droid episodes.
And
sorry, go on.
I myself will give this a 6 out of 10. Flying in space, singing robots.
Oh yeah, because that AP5 singing was just funny as hell.
I know. And then the ship comes and it's, oh no, don't, please, no.
because you just get to see the sense of Droid emotions. Like he just wants to die happily in space.
He's calm, he's relaxed, he's separated from everything. It's like, oh great, they're coming back for me.
So Omadaun, what would you give your thoughts about this episode?
Like I said, I give it a 6 out of 10. Is actually a really good. It's not one of the best episodes, but it's a really good character episode of the two droid characters,
and it's a lot more development as well.
Not to mention, we got to see a little more of Wedge Antilles.
Oh yeah, because he hasn't been in the episode for a while.
Yeah, and it's really nice to actually see Wedge Antilles doing something. And you can one thing I love is it's not really focused on the rest of the Ghost crew, just Chopper, and Chopper being turned into a double agent, which is really interesting.
And that's why the episode is called Double Agent Droid.
Exactly.
So yeah, this episode is really good. It wasn't like one of the best, as we did mention before, but it was an average episode. So next weekend is a big episode, Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul, which we have been all waited for a very long time. Now, we did see it in Star Wars Old Wounds, if you have read the comic.
Oh, yes.
And, I will hopefully actually do something like that. Obi-Wan just appears from the ground, and he just basically jumps up and kicks Darth Maul in the face.
You know, the one thing I'm thinking of now in my head is we're talking about Maul and Obi-Wan confrontation.
Oh,
the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
So I think that's basically it, all we have covered for this episode. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us, guys, and don't forget, may the Force be with you always.